Good morning and welcome to Western Chester County Checks In. I'm your host, Justin Chan. We are coming to you live from the Lucan's Executive Office Building in downtown Coatesville from our offices here. It is Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. We have a great show for you today, including a community update on the Coatesville Rotary that's reported by our Chamber President, Alyssa. We have a member minute with Victory in Parkesburg, a nice little tour of their facility there. And we check in with one of our partners, Penn Rise Advisors. But first, just a little bit of updates about some events coming up this month. The first and biggest event for us this month is our annual dinner. That's coming up on the 21st of October at 5 o'clock. It's at the Barn at Stony Brook in Atglens, right down the road from Victory in Parkesburg. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, they are available on our website. We'd love to see everybody. We will be, of course, adhering to all CDC guidelines to make it a safe event. So come on out, get dressed up. It should be a fun time. The next event is a virtual event for us. It's going to be October 27th. This is an event in partnership with the Chester County SCORE, and the topic is how to run a successful nonprofit. Both of those require registration, and you can do that on our website, westernchestercounty.com. It's time for our community update this week. Our Chamber President, Alyssa, had a chance to speak with some of the incoming leadership of the Coatesville Rotary.
Hi everyone, Alyssa Griffith here today at the Coatesville Country Club. And I'm joined today with my fellow Rotarians, our newly inaugurated President Dave Seegers and our District Governor-elect Roger Taylor. Hi gentlemen, thanks for joining us today. So Dave, as our new president, could you please give us a little background and history of the Coatesville Rotary?
It's been an amazing adventure. I didn't know too much about Rotary. This is the last thing I'll say. In 1963, when I graduated from high school, I received, to my surprise, the Rotary Award for Service Above Self. I had no idea why. Finally, Bob Spar said, why did you join Rotary? So Bob was my sponsor, and I've been in Rotary since, meeting all you fine people.
Great. Roger, can you just explain to us what Rotary is for those out there that don't know?
Rotary is a service organization. It is a benevolent organization. We follow in many ways the 6 avenues of service that was actually established by the UN. Among those are things like child and mother maternity type healthcare, disease prevention, we clean water, sanitation, things like that. And one of the things that we are going to be starting with just this year, another avenue of focus, is going to be on the environment. And that's something that I'm very excited about. It is relevant to our modern society, and I think it'll make us very attractive.
Thank you. Dave, I believe the Coatesville Rotary was founded in 1924. So we are going to be having our 100-year anniversary coming up very shortly. What are your plans or hopes for the year going forward?
Well, I am very optimistic about this wonderful club because there are wonderful people here. And I know we have plenty of activities we've always had and we've always done very well.
Roger, I believe the Rotary motto is service above self. What does that mean?
That is correct. It is the idea that what you do for other people actually comes back to you. You know, there's almost no such thing as altruism because the reason why you do things is it makes you feel good. And Rotary makes me feel good. As I look forward to it, I find that Rotary has too small a footprint in our community. And what I mean by that is that it is not known by many people. And so one of the things that I hope to do as I approach my governorship is to increase the size of our footprint in the community so more people know what we do. Also that we do things that are relevant. For example, working with the environment. Those are the things that are also important as we move forward.
Thanks. I believe the beloved community event, the Strawberry Festival, almost fell by the wayside, but the Rotary was able to pick up and we're moving forward with that. So can you tell us the plans for the Strawberry Festival?
Already we're in very good shape. Many of the people that had contributed to be part of the Strawberry Festival last spring said just keep the money. So we're fine there. Financially, we do need that money. It's a good thing for the community. It's a good thing for us. It's a good thing for the community, again, because of all that we can give. So my hope is that the Strawberry Festival is going to be stepping up, and we'll be finding a lot of avenues for special organizations, special programs for our community, like Roger said, especially for the city, because we really almost have neglected our city way too much. So the Strawberry Festival is our answer. It's everybody's answer to a great question.
All money that the Rotary raises in any fundraising events that we do is granted back directly to the community.
That's exactly right, to grants and to our community, yeah.
If anyone is interested in learning more about the Rotary, how would they go about doing that?
Well, they could first of all go to our webpage, which is rotaryclubofcoatesville.org as another way, or Rotary International is also another way to do it if you wanted to know more about the larger Rotary organization. It is based in Evanston, Indiana, and we have Rotary clubs, 3,500 of them spread across the world. In fact, one of the things that people often don't know is that we are actually in more countries than in the UN.
And Dave, we have meetings every week. Can someone come to a meeting and?
Well, we're scheduling meetings right now at the beautiful Coatesville Country Club, and our hope is to meet here for lunches. It's a great place. They're very courteous to us. They provide a nice meal, and we have plenty of space to spread out as well.
So I feel that Rotary is kind of like a big family. So do you feel that camaraderie with the other fellow Rotarians?
We have a wonderful community. As you probably remember, originally only one profession was allowed at a time in Rotary. That has changed dramatically. We have a wonderful, wonderful group of people. We don't oftentimes have enough time to sit and talk with each other informally, which is a reason we have these kinds of lunches as well. But we get to learn about other professions. We also, this is a highlight, and this is another reason for drawing more people, we usually have a nice speaker who talks about something very important in the community or a world issue or something like that. That is our presentation for the week. And of course, we do have other business to talk about, such as a Strawberry Festival. But our community is growing. I've been trying to get our local paper, the Chester County Press, to be printing more of our information, our news articles, in hopes of drawing people. We've had some success with that. Hopefully, like Roger said, when we go out in the community and we start doing those community events, people see who we are, and the draw will be there for them.
Anything else, Roger, you'd like to add?
No, I think that what David said is the direction that Rotary on a larger scale wants to go. It wants to increase its visibility. It's sort of like having your candle under a basket, so to speak. And they say those days are over. So we're looking for strategic partnerships to be able to join in community, and for fear of sounding like a cliche, that rising tide of partnerships will raise both organizations, and that's a benefit to all in our communities.
And thank you very much for spending some time today to talk with us about Rotary. I am a very proud Rotarian. I've really enjoyed my time learning more about Rotary, learning about the community, and trying to help and get involved with everything that goes on right in our community. So if you would have any interest, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you join us and learn more about Rotary. Thank you, and back to you, Justin.
Thanks for that report, Alyssa, and thanks to the Rotary for all they do for Coatesville. Obviously, you can visit their website, put an email or a phone call out to Alyssa if you're interested in getting involved. If you run a nonprofit or a business here in Western Chester County and you're a member of our chamber, we'd love to feature you on our show. Reach out to our communication coordinator, Rachel. She can be reached by email, rachel@westernchestercounty.com. It's time for our Member Minute this week, where we feature some of our great members. Our Executive Director, Donna, and I had a chance to visit the Victory in Parkesburg, where we met with Mike Kearns, the marketing manager there, and he gave us a little bit of history about the brewery there and about Victory.
Hi, I'm Donna Stelz with the Western Chester County Chamber, and we're here at Victory Brewing in Parkesburg, and we're going to meet with Mike Kearns from Victory, who's going to show us around and tell us a little bit about the operations here.
My name is Mike Kearns, and we are in the Parkesburg tap room. So one of the major reasons why we built this facility, both the tap room and the brewery, is we were expanding at an amazing rate thanks to the awesome support of not only Chester County residents, all of Pennsylvania, and with our sales team, really the entire country itself. And as we expanded, we needed to be able to brew more beer.
Mike tells us a little bit about Victory and its founders.
Our co-founders have known each other for many, many years, go back to meeting each other on the school bus in 5th grade. They continued their friendship through college, and they both discovered how passionate they were for craft beer specifically, both of them training in Germany with German-style beers. We have an amazing tour bridge where we have a self-guided tour of the brewery. You're able to get a really good bird's eye view of the brewery itself while the TVs are navigating you through the brewing process. For once, it's not a boring self-guided tour. They do a phenomenal job of really engaging you, and so that you have a good understanding of what's going on. We also have a retail shop where we sell our Victory apparel, Victory accessories, and of course, Victory packaged beer.
Victory has, in addition to its standard brews, a lot of seasonal specialties. Mike is super excited about a new release.
So upcoming, one of our releases that we're most excited about is our Merry Monkey, which more details are to come, but we expect that to be an amazing addition to our monkey family. You know, we've added Twisted Monkey, Tart Monkey, different variations of Rum Monkey in the past, so you're not looking at just your average golden and sour monkey anymore. Our brewers and our branding team have done a phenomenal job at really encapsulating that entire campaign and growing something that's super successful and something that our guests seem to really love and enjoy.
When you come to Victory, it's not all about the beer. Mike tells us about their food and why it's so special.
We pride ourselves on having phenomenal world-class food. We have a from-scratch kitchen where you are getting the best quality ingredients made by the best quality employees. I just can't say that enough on how amazing our heart of house team is with preparing and cooking our food. You can get everything from a traditional Bavarian pretzel to fish and chips to awesome chef's additions that our chefs come up with, and they're really able to put their passion in there using local ingredients to really highlight Chester County as well as putting something amazing in front of you.
Mike explains the safety precautions Victory employs to keep the staff and their customers safe.
Since we've reopened in July this past year with outdoor dining and then eventually moving to indoor dining, we've taken absolutely every single precaution and followed every guideline that's come down from the CDC as well as Governor Wolf's office. Safety of our guests and our employees is incredibly important to us.
Victory has always been a great partner with the Chamber, hosting our January kickoff event.
We are extremely excited to once again have the honor to host the Western Chester County Member Extravaganza on Wednesday, January 20th, here in our Parkesburg mezzanine.
We thank Mike and his team for showing us around, and if you're looking for great beer and amazing food, visit Victory in Parkesburg. Reporting for Western Chester County Checks In, this is Donna Stelz.
Thanks for that report, Donna, and thanks to Mike and his team at Victory for all they do for the Chamber. We look forward to being out there for the Member Extravaganza event in January. It's time for our partner spotlight this week. We are highlighting one of our longtime partners, Penn Rise Advisors. Our communication coordinator, Rachel, had a chance to speak with Carl, the owner of the company and the past president of our Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Justin. I'm here today with Carl from Penn Rise Advisors. How are you, Carl?
Doing great this morning. How are you, Rachel? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Can you tell us about Penn Rise Advisors? How did you get started, and who do you serve?
Sure. So I got into this business 20 years ago. Started out as a life insurance and mutual fund agent, and then found my way into employee benefits. And actually, just yesterday, we celebrated our 14-year of Penn Rise Advisors, and very proud of that. Started out in my apartment in downtown and had very little resources, but a big drive to build business and turn this into something. We now have 3 employees and just bought a new business actually a couple months ago. And hired somebody else up in Long Island. So this is a new venture. The people we serve are mostly small business owners, individuals and families. We focus on employee benefits for the small business, but it's also the financial planning realm, investments, retirement plan savings, college savings, things of that sort.
Mm-hmm. And how do you set yourself apart from other insurance and investment companies?
One of the ways we set ourselves apart is our comprehensive approach. So I'm not just a benefits guy. I'm not just a mutual fund guy. I'm an investment advisor. That means I have a fiduciary responsibility to my clients. And I also am very familiar with how to use life insurance appropriately, disability insurance, Medicare for those that turn 65. A lot of baby boomers turn at 65. And so when we can look at somebody's financial picture and needs on a holistic approach, it's very different. Everything's in-house. We don't have to farm it out to anybody. And I understand how the pieces work together in addition to their perhaps tax situation or other needs like that. One of the other things too that makes us a little bit different is that we don't have an agenda. I don't have a big corporate parent. Nobody's telling me I have to sell something. I have no quotas. So it's really about the client. It's a white glove, a very personalized treatment for our clients.
How have your clients been affected by our new reality?
I think the biggest thing has been their levels of anxiety. They're concerned about the economy as a whole. They're concerned about the stock market and how it's been kind of wild roller coaster up and down all over the place. And as I said before, we deal with a lot of small business owners. So you find the business owner most concerned about the viability of their business as well as the livelihood of their employees, whether or not they can keep them employed and keep them on the benefits package that they have, making sure that they have health insurance and being able to contribute to their retirement. And that's probably been the biggest concern for most of our clients.
Mm-hmm. Do you have some positivity to share about small business in our region as it relates to your business?
Yeah, a lot of positive this year, surprisingly. Once we got past kind of the initial shock of the stock market back in March and the COVID, scare, we'll call it, when everything got locked down for several months, the business owners have been hiring. They've been coming out in full force. We hear our contractors are booked until next March, which is fantastic. We hear manufacturing is doing very well. We've seen actually these groups hiring more employees. One of the really cool things that we noticed throughout this process was that the business owners were very concerned about keeping their employees on the plan. Mm-hmm. Out of all of our groups, nobody dropped their employees from the benefits. And in fact, right now they're looking at making sure that they can make the retirement plan match and asking about what else can we do for our employees. So we're seeing the small business owners really starting to bounce back and the economy start to ramp up, at least at the small level.
That's great. What to you is most exciting about your business?
I think one of the most exciting things that I get to see is our planning and strategies kind of come to fruition. So this year I've been doing this for 20 years now. And after 20 years, you start to get to see some of the plans you put in place way back come to light and kind of see these things play out. And so one of the exciting ones was a good friend of mine had their son just go off to college last month. And we've been planning for the last 10, 15 years for college, and we were concerned what happens when, they get close to school and the market goes crazy. And we made some planning and adjustments, decisions prior to that, last year actually, kind of very fortuitously. And they had enough funds over the years that they were able to save to pay for college. Mm-hmm. One of the other ones too was that we had a younger client look to retire early, and he had been saving diligently all of his career and came to us for help. And he did retire. We were able to help him do that and kind of drew out a roadmap for that. And then we had the market volatility kind of put a big scare into him and made him very nervous back in March. And we said, it's okay. This is not the end of the world. This will bounce back, and this is what we planned for. And it kind of set his fears at ease, and he was fine. Everything was okay. Market volatility aside. It's very stressful for people.
Yes, but it's reassuring that you develop these relationships that are long-term. They follow through people's lifetime in your business.
Yeah, we're very much proud of the relationships that we've built. Most of our clients are very much friends. Some feel like family, and we're very close to them. So we can have honest conversations about where they are, what they're looking for, their goals, and how to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm. So you have been a Gold Partner for some time. You've been the president of our chamber board. You're on our board. Why is it so important for you to be involved in the chamber?
Loaded question. This is great. I've been involved with the chamber for probably a decade. My initial intent to get involved was being a little more involved with our local community and getting to know the region better. I'm not originally from here. And so kind of being a transplant, you look to find ways to grow roots. And I think the chamber's really helped with that. It's really helped, at least our chamber has helped with the business relationship aspect. Getting to know our board members and other members on a very personal level has helped myself and many of the other board members develop relationships. Hey, I know so-and-so. I may not have the answer, but I can give you so-and-so who has the answer, or be able to help you. And having that extended reach has been great for everybody.
Thank you so much, Carl, for speaking with us today.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for having me. I appreciate this and the opportunities that the chamber have really provided over the years. So good to see you.
Good to see you too. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Rachel, for that report, and to Carl and his team for all they do for the chamber. Stay tuned for our next episode, which will be in 2 weeks. We have a special guest host coming in here. He runs an insurance agency. We'll give a few hints away, but it's definitely the right choice for insurance in our area. We have a few stories on tap that we know of for sure. We have a great story about the Coatesville Senior Center in downtown Coatesville, and we are going to be interviewing another one of our partners, Mid-Penn Bank. Mike Geyer, one of our board members, is going to speak to us about them. So we hope you'll stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm your host, Justin Chan, wishing you a good rest of the day, and we will see you in 2 weeks.